welcome to this trailer reaction from the
Geek
Buddies!
Hey! Mr. McClung is excited.
We, you know what? Sometimes it rains when it rains, it pours, and certainly doing 2 trailer reactions in one day, it is pouring right now for the Geek Buddies. We did a live show, and then boom, jumped on to do a Transformers, Rise of the Beast, and right now we're doing Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. What a fascinating title for this trailer, or for this film rather. And we're gonna watch the first trailer in just a few seconds. Michael, thoughts on this? Are you excited about this? What's your feeling about this? We've got Phoebe Waller-Bridge being a part of this. Salah is coming back. John Rhys-Davies. Like, what's your feelings before we start to watch this trailer?
This is a double win for me because I'm very excited to watch the trailer, but I'm equally as excited to watch Shannon McClung watch this trailer.
Yeah.
Dial of Destiny, maybe not my favorite name of the Indiana Jones movies, but we don't know what it means yet. It could end up being amazing, so we will see.
Okay. Shannon McClung, what are your thoughts going into this? As I said, all these people coming in. We've got connections to all the way back to the first Indiana Jones with Marion Ravenwood, and now we've got and Salah, of course, and now we've got Phoebe Waller-Bridge coming in to be a part of this. What are your feelings here, especially when you think about Kingdom of a Crystal Skull, which really didn't work for you?
It did not. Just based off the trailer, because that first trailer for Crystal Skull, I loved.
Yeah.
But just based off what we're gonna see in this trailer, more than likely I'm gonna cry. Like that's probably gonna happen.
Wow. Okay.
But in terms of, like, you know, it is fertile ground for James Mangold to come in.
Yeah.
This is someone who grew up with those movies, has become an incredible director in his own right, and now he's getting to fulfill the fantasy that every kid who was born in the late 70s into the 80s has.
Yeah.
And like, this is what I would do with an Indiana Jones movie. Like, he is the one person who's getting to do this.
Wow.
So
when you say it like that, it's a lot of pressure. Jesus Christ!
Not to front load this at all, but you know, you thought he had a challenge in store with Logan. I think this might be a bigger one.
Wow. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, let's without further ado, let's jump into this trailer. I'm very excited to see it as well. Let's take down our graphic here and just watch it so you can fully see our reactions as we go along. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
I miss the desert. I miss the sea.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
I miss waking up every morning, wondering what wonderful adventure the new day will bring to us.
Those days have come and gone.
Perhaps
So
Right.
I don't believe in magic. But a few times in my life.
oh shit.
Wow.
It de-aged him.
Things I can't explain. And I've come to believe it's not so much what you believe. It's how hard you believe it.
Wow. Oh.
Damn.
Woo, woo, woo.
Who is this man?
I'm her godfather. Get back.
All right. Look, Shannon McClung, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Shannon, take it.
Wow. Goodness.
Oh, look at you drying your eyes. Drying your eyes.
God, that's so much to unpack. My guess is right off the bat, I think eels are going to be our new creepy crawly for this movie.
Eels.
The
Why did it have to be eels?
they're like snakes, but in the water. The shot of DH Harrison Ford looks incredible. It looks like that's going to be our big opening sequence. They have it's on a train. Vogel knows I love a sequence on a train. And gosh, John Rhys-Davies, like how great was it to see him, and just watching him in the city, watching how the city has changed over the decades. And I'm just, I'm not ready to jump in with both feet yet, but I am cautiously very optimistic.
All right, Mikey, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it's hard to take it all in. You're just like, okay, like part of it is just like raw emotion. And from a trailer standpoint, they got the emotion. I mean, that as we saw with Softy McSofterson down there, as soon as that Indiana Jones theme started playing, like, it gets you. Look, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull notwithstanding, like, there is something about Harrison Ford in that hat with that music that is just part of cinematic history. Yeah. So seeing a new adventure in the world of Indiana Jones is just like, it still has this thrilling component. And I think the trailer did that. It delivered on what it needs to deliver on, which is we're going to have tons of action sequences. We have a giant car chase in the city. We have an extended chase with Indy on a horse going underground through a subway tunnel, going everywhere. There's a sequence underwater searching for something. There's eels. So we know that we're getting all of those things, and it feels like Indiana Jones. Like, these are the places you want to see Indiana Jones having an adventure. It feels like the first three movies, which is really what we all want. But also just this whole idea, they've talked about this already, so it's not surprising, but seeing an older Indy and an older Sala talking about basically missing the old, I miss all the adventures we had, man. We did some awesome shit. I miss the sound of the sea and the sound of this and all of this stuff. So this idea that we talked about a few weeks ago on the show, which is people who are a little bit past their prime, who their days of adventuring look like they're over. Mm-hmm. And Indy even says, those days are gone. We're not there anymore. And knowing that something is going to pull them back into this. Yeah. That to me is compelling. And it's very comparable to what Logan was about. So we know that with Logan, Mangold already sort of mined this territory very successfully. So the fact that he's going to maybe give Indy a bit of the same treatment, I think gets me stoked.
Yeah, I feel seen by this trailer. I know what it's like to miss the old days and get all the crazy stuff you used to get up to and get into back in your 20s and 30s, back when you could still do it. But they got me excited. I was worried. But Mangold, just from the scenes we saw, it's the direction that I was focusing on, the look and the vibe and the feel, the cinematography, the scope of it all. I think they absolutely did a fantastic job to give you a really good idea of what this film is going to be doing and how far it's going to go out. And I actually am fully dialed in. I don't know how Shannon's half out when he's crying over there. I think you're 100% in. You just don't want to get it yet. Shannon,
I'm not all the way in. Let me dry my eyes, McClung.
Yeah, exactly. But seeing all that, but also the way they weave in Phoebe Waller-Bridge was great here. Yep. And Sala, of course, from the past coming in. We just get shots of Mads Mikkelsen. We don't need to know too much. Boyd Holbrook just a little bit as well. So good to see all these. But the different places, the Ticker Tape Parade out in the dark on the motorcycle, heading towards some plane on a runway or something. The train, the taxi stuff, the car chase scene, Toby Jones hanging out of the thing. All of it works so well. And to me now, I'm like, okay, we're in good hands with James Mangold. Harrison Ford is believable here with the kind of approach he's taken to Indiana. The de-aging looked really well, really good, rather. And so now I'm dialed in. The title, but everything else, I'm fully dialed in. Mikey?
The cinematography is amazing. Just to reiterate what you were saying, some of those shots in the trailer are just gorgeous. So, if you were worried about an Indiana Jones movie not in Spielberg's hand, I think this trailer also makes you say, okay, well, this is going to be maybe the movie's not going to work. Maybe it's not going to deliver on the story, but it's going to be a good looking fucking movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's definitely a Spielbergian polish to it that I think for Indiana Jones works really, really well. Even in the aging city, like again, how the city looks different because it's the 60s, there's still that Spielbergian perfection to it that is absolutely necessary for Indiana Jones. I love that we saw like the briefest shot of Antonio Banderas, who has come out and said, look, I do not have a big role in this movie, but I was thrilled to do it. I was thrilled to work with Harrison Ford. And even though we don't see a ton between Phoebe Waller-Bridge and Harrison Ford, the dynamic between them, and, you know, I might, you know, have to, you know, eat my hat later. The dynamic between them, I'm like, this is a dynamic I believe.
Yeah, 100%. And turning the famous shot,
gun whip scene around.
Turning it around, I think was a really nice button to put on this trailer to get people.
Why those bad guys kept shooting at broken glass.
Well, sometimes when you just start, you don't want to stop, I guess.
Indiana Jones.
He might pop up. So, all right, and that's it. I think any final words, right? We're good, right? Yes? Thoughts there? Any more?
We'll find out on June 30th.
Yeah, June 30th.
I think June 30th is going to be a hell of June 29th, because I'm sure we're going to see it on Thursday night, but it's going to be a hell of a day for McClung.
Absolutely, for sure. All right, there you go. That's our trailer reaction here for this new Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny trailer. Shannon, what do we have to tell them?
Yeah, if you'd like to follow us on social media, on Twitter, it's at @geek_buddies, on Instagram at @the_geek_buddies. If you'd like to follow me on social media and tell me what a big crybaby I am, you can do that on Twitter at Shannon_McClung, on Instagram at Shannon the Geek Buddy. If you would like to follow Mr. Vogel and agree that I'm a big crybaby, it's at MKToon. If you'd like to follow Mr. Rocha, where you'll get a little more sensitivity, it's at The Rocha Says.
Mikey.
Look, if you like Lost Arks, Temples of Doom, Holy Grails, Crystal Skulls, or Dials of Destiny, we will talk about all of them right here with you on the Geek Buddies. And here's what you can do to help us keep doing what we are doing. Hit the like button below. Leave your comments. What did you think of this trailer? What are you excited about? What are you concerned about? What do you want to know more about? If you're listening to this on a podcast, leave us some stars, leave us some comments. Helps us go up in the rankings so more people can find us. And as always, the best thing that you can do is retweet this trailer reaction, post it to your socials, send it to your friends, and tell them to hang out with your buddies, the Geek Buddies.
That's right. Thank you all so much. And big thanks to Carbon Health, who continues to power and sponsor us here on the Geek Buddies. Head on over to carbonhealth.com. Get checked out today, or see where you can get checked out today. And also download their app to have a doc in your pocket for any of those questions, concerns, or needs on the go, especially if you're Indiana Jones, for God's sakes. All right. Take care of yourselves. Be well. We'll talk to you next time with another brand new reaction video or video here from the
Geek
Buddies.